artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
All day, every day, any day.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Break it. 54 Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Four down. Hey, switch gears. Check 26, check 26. Go. Gun. Check Mike 54.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Watch out. One flip. Motion.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly. Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They run it with Carson, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Run left. Safe. Shoot. Pick the edge. Go. Switch. Alert.
On third down, it's Carson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
0-0.
Get that quarterback. 49, check 49, check 49.
They run for it with Carson, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. This is Logan. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And to give this time to the tailback. The swap, and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Corey Grant, 41 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. It's complete to Chris Conley. And past the 30 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Watch the slant. Go, guys, 4 down, 4 down. 14.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Wide. Get wide. Switch. Watch the shift.
On 1st down, Logan. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Buccaneers 14, Seahawks nothing.
Mike, here we go. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school. Undercrush. Here we're going to 52. He's coming.
On 2nd down, it's Logan. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Kill.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
At the 40-yard line.
95. 54. Let's get the ball.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Check 43. Hey, let's go double count right here. Double count. 54. Mike, 54. Here we go, D.
Here's Carson. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
Touch 50. Trip right. Mike 5-4. Mike, go. Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flush to his right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Good coverage that time by Sean Bunting. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. He decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike, check 33. 33. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Hey, kill. 47, 26.
They run with Logan. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. On 2nd down now, it's Logan down right around the 25. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
On 1st down, Grant able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
At the 13-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a give right side. Logan. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come up in an offset eye. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Grant, and he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 1-yard gains are trending. The same result on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. T.J. Logan taking it in. as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go. You tighten it.
3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down now. It's Grant, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Check it back.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got Evans. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Logan, and he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Check it out, Reed.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Kill.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Here we go.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
I'm coming.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Go.
Tight dog. Bang.
On second down, it's Grant, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Grant, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Gay's kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Check four.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
3
fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Get ready. Hey, go. Check. Watch the defense. Well.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check. Go.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 38 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
Watch the screen.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. Gets around him.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Switch it. Come on. Go to 54. Go to 26.
On second down now. It's Grant. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. The Bucs on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 6.
Kill. We're going to 54. 26.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant, and he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On first, here's Washington. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Right there, 54 Mike. Wild Bill. Check 9.
They'll try the left side. It's Grant. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Corey Grant, his second touchdown of the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing on second down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's Wilson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Here we go. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Man, I got you.
We're going to 53. Tighten up.
26.
On first down, Grant. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Check. Kill.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 on the Seahawks' 39-yard line.
Going to 26.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Corey Grant saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Levante David in on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those...
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Phillips. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
On first down, Logan. And he cuts it back, and nothing but daylight ahead. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flushed out right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Right there. 54 Mike. I got one. Under 10. Kill. Deuce. 81.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Throwing here, Prescott. And he's going to go down again. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike 5-4. It's a party now. Check safety.
Now a give right side. Grant, room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 20. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Gun. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
Mike Spot.
Zebra.
Mike Spot.
Go.
On first down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Get your swerve on. Look left. Good job right there.
Wilson throwing again. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete on the default. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
All day. Alert. Mike's 54. I know he ain't got it. Run left.
Mike Spot.
Again, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. One last shot for Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get